Thank you. And now we're going to do what is violence. First, we're going to brainstorm violence and non-violence. So as we brainstorm is just putting up the words, whatever comes to mind, we'll just put it up there. Go at a pace that they can record on the sheet for us. And if there's a word you don't know what it means, it's okay to ask what it means, but not why we're putting it up. We're not going to make people justify why they're putting it up. We're just going to take all the words and put it up. As we do that, we want to use our tools for grounding. So emotion is contagious. So as we do this, stay in your core self, look at your core self, remember the core self of the others, and stay outside yourself. Keep your eyes big, keep your head and your breath open, look out the window and look to the horizon, keep your gaze far, look around the whole room, notice colors, breathe. Take a breath. Take care of yourself. If you feel like your vision is shutting down or your concentration is, your breathing is getting shallow, stand up, stretch, move around, stand in the back of the room, go wash your face. Take good care of yourself and take care of the people next to you. If you notice other people around you seem to be shutting down, just say, can we take a moment? Can we do a grounding together? And we'll stop and do a grounding. This is the perfect time to be practicing that tool and technique, both for yourself individually and as a group. So let's begin. Let's take any ideas. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Okay, go slow enough that they can get it written up. Okay, thank you. So note to facilitators, it's really important to encourage. You can say yes, thank you, but not to each individual. Okay, thank you, or don't repeat their words unless the people actually can't hear it. Rather than repeating their words, it's better to ask the person, could you say that louder? Because you don't want to get in a position where it's the facilitator's validation of the person. Thank you, and they're repeating their words, that it's more important if the facilitator says it than if they say it. You don't want to get in that place. So really just help people make connections with the scribe and get things up on the board. Okay, thank you. Any other ideas? Anything you see missing here? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And anything, like, think about how you've experienced violence in your own life. Is that up here? The kinds of things that you've experienced or seen or heard in your family or friends or community? Is that up here? So it's not just physical violence, right? It's emotional violence, it's betrayal, it's deceit, or, um, rights, the violation and abuse of human rights. It could be hunger or racism, prejudice, exploitation, um, colonization, war. Make sure that you can, facilitators can add things, but only after a lot of participants have gone and only if it's actually missing on the sheet. And don't do a lot of them in a row. Just throw one out and then let participants go again. And if there's still something missing, throw another one out and let them go again. Okay, thank you. Make sure that we're all here present, outside yourself. Are you breathing? Do you feel good? Do we need to stand up and do a quick light and lively? Let's all do that. Let's all stand up and, do our stretches or pick grapes and drop them, or some light and lively to move around. Okay, look at your neighbor. Make sure we're okay. Now let's brainstorm nonviolence. What do you think of when you think of nonviolence? Get those up, and again, make sure that they're thinking of a range of things, that community, individual, taking care of yourself, taking care of others, structural things, nonviolence, traveling, sharing food, um, adequate health care. So make sure that there's a range of things on the nonviolence sheet, and feel free to add things. And teams can prepare for this activity by really brainstorming or checking in the manual the different range of things before you start this activity. Okay, thank you very much. And now we're going to have everybody stand up together. Let's all stand up. Let's all move here towards here. And we have facilitators that have the dark crayons in their hands. Please take one and circle 3 things. Everybody can do this at the same time. Circle 3 things that you've experienced yourself, and then give them the crayon back and sit back down. Okay, after everybody's done that, we're sitting in a circle again. And now we're going to go around the circle, and we're each going to tell just a short story of a violence I've experienced myself. It's really important, if we want to be able to live peacefully and non-violently, we need to be able to face violence and stay resilient, stay grounded, and also be able to talk about violence. So let's look at the storytelling protocol. When we talk about violence, sometimes we start looping. We can't finish. It feels like it's never over. So this storytelling protocol can help us. Where were you? Were you inside? Were you outside? Were you standing? Were you sitting down? Were you lying down? Where were you? What happened? Just physically, not emotionally. Like, what could we see? What could you hear? What happened? What was done or said? How did it feel? How did you feel when that happened? And when was it over? At least that incident at that time. Was it when you left, somebody else left, when you went to bed at night? When was that? I know that maybe the consequences go on and maybe the drama continues, the effects of it continue, but when was the incident over? Okay, so we're going to go around the circle. I'm going to start, say my affirmation name, and one time, just one incident, not the background, not the consequences. I was in this place. This is what happened. This is how it felt. And that incident was over at this point. Okay? Thank you very much. Everybody, take a big breath. Stretch. Open your jaw wide. Okay. And now I'm going to pass to the next person. So note to facilitators, number 1, your example will set the tone for everyone. If you make it short, they tend to stay shorter. If you make it long or start looping, it will take a long time and you'll wear the group out. So try to make sure that it's brief and it's clear and short, and you stay to the protocol and you say the words of the protocol out loud. Number 2, if you use an example of something that is a little bit sensitive and vulnerable, like it's really still with you, they will feel it and the group will know that you're trusting them. And they are more apt to be very trusting rather than to pick something that's kind of at a distance, but not really not having that much traction. So this is a moment in the workshop where you demonstrate your trust of the participants, and that will change the entire rest of the workshop. So in your team, each one of the facilitators should decide what story they might tell, maybe even 1 or 2 examples, depending on the group. I could do this one or that one. And you should actually practice with each other, using the protocol, saying the words of the protocol out loud, and telling your story with enough feeling that people can follow it and feel it, but keeping it very brief and moving on. Make sure you do groundings between each person. I used to do it every 2 or 3 people, but then it didn't work as well. Do it just really brief between each one, and it's a really great practice. You go around the circle. Sometimes people say this takes too long and is too hard on us. Maybe every 5 people, you might have everybody stand up and stretch, sit back down and go again, but do small sitting ones between each person. If you get more than 15 people, it really is a lot. And so then I might break it into two groups of 8 to 10 or 12. That would be better than trying to do 20 or 24. The problem with going into small groups is that people privatize the stories of violence, and then they bond around violence with certain people. And now I'm closer to these people than I am to the rest of the people in the workshop. And it really becomes divisive in the workshop. And it isn't what we want to practice. What we want to practice is our ability to speak clearly about violence in public. So if you split into 2 or 3 groups, I've done workshops at like 45 people and we do 3 groups of 15. Then I just am very clear with people that what we're practicing is speaking about violence in public, not just with this particular small group. Okay, we go around, we've done it all. After that, we almost never do any debriefing. They need a break. They need to be able to go wash their face, go to the bathroom. And what I do is I tell them, I think it's time, before we wrap up, is there anything anybody would like to share about this experience before we move on? Take any comments and say, now it's time for a break. Please go take care of yourselves. Make sure that you go wash your face, drink water, do things that will be good self-care. Go out and walk a little bit. We'll take at least 15 or 20 minutes. So you can decide how much time you can offer them, but it should be a significant, don't cut this break short. Okay, thank you.